Did you see that shit? MMA podcast. Hosted by mixed martial arts journalist Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21, and Chicago's number one underground comedian, Apollo Taj Mahal.
Thank you for listening. My name is Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21. I'm a mixed martial arts journalist. I currently contribute to BJPenn.com, Low Kick MMA, CageSidePress.com. You could find my work there as well as my YouTube channel at aka Strauss21. And of course, the Did You See That Shit Mixed Martial Arts podcast that you are listening to right now. Here is my latest interview. I hope you enjoy it. All right, I want to welcome Lewis Taylor to the show for the very first time representing Chicago. What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much. Just trying to stay out the way and enjoy the pay.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I love seeing you out there, man, because not only are you from Chicago like myself, but you're seasoned, let's say, like myself. I'm 38. You're 39. You're getting it done for Chicago guys that have been around the block, man. You've never looked better, Lewis.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. It's been a long time coming. I'm just finally happy to PFL put me on the stage where I can show what I have to offer to the MMA game.
Yeah, man, you have a lot to offer. I mean, you have looked better and better every time that you've been out there. You've ran wild through the PFL tournament this year. Anderson Gonzalez, Andre Lovato, Rex Harris, and then we just saw John Howard. That was a very, let's say, controversial decision. I'm glad they did the right thing and gave you the nod. And of course, now you're fighting for the $1 million payoff. But I mean, how did you feel, man, just sitting there? Because you literally looked like your gut was wrenched while you were just sitting there waiting the decision.
It was such an accident, and the knee, it barely out because as I was coming forward to pass, he set up into me, and so at the same time, it's like his head met my knee as I moved forward. So it wasn't like I clenched his head and threw the knee. You feel me? It was like something that happens in practice all the time type of scenario. And then he just wanted to take full advantage of it. I'm like, come on, John, don't do it though. We both want to win, but not like that, man. Come on.
I 100% agree with you. I mean, yes, you made contact with him, but your kneecap didn't hit his face. Your kneecap hit like his neck maybe. The top of your knee maybe made contact with him. But to me, the giveaway is always this, Lewis. When a fighter is hit with an illegal blow, what is their first reaction? Do they immediately fall to the ground because they're hurt, or do they look to the referee? In John's case, he looked to the referee first. That always is an indication to me that you're going to milk it. And John's not a typically dirty fighter, but a lot is on the line. $1 million is a lot of money, right?
Yeah, and he was not, he was still under pressure, let's say that.
Yeah, because up until that point, you were dominating the fight.
Yeah, I honestly, we heard the 10-second da-da-da, so I was gonna go for, some good ground and pound to, try to hurt him, while I had him in a good position. And he wanted to get the hell out of there. And so we both met at the same time, and it just so happened that the knee ended up making contact.
I saw Bilal Muhammad in your corner, man. It looks like he did a good job at kind of holding everything down there.
Yeah, I saw some footage where I wasn't too happy. I pushed him off me type. I didn't even remember, man. They had me sitting in there for like 15 minutes. I think that was about maybe 5 minutes before they finally read the decision. I was just ready to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I knew where it was going to go. I thought, I'm like, why is this taking so long? Why am I just sitting in here? This guy, the fight's already been called off. I didn't know what was going on. No one had talked to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you're in the worst place. You just lost, you were winning a fight 10 seconds, and, 5 seconds before the fight's over. One mistake just cost you the entire fight. And, if I plan on losing, I wanted to lose the right way, not by some DQ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad they did the right thing, man, and gave you the nod. You're going to have a very exciting New Year's Eve this year, huh?
Yeah, it's not really a celebratory New Year's Eve unless I can win this thing. But it'll definitely get the family and the friends something to enjoy, and a place to go, a place to travel to, New York. But for me, it's going to be like going to work. So I'll go to work, and I got a big, tall task ahead of me, and that's going to be fun to take down, chop down that tree, which is a Boost Magnavox, whatever.
Yeah, he's a tough guy too, man. Going back to your record, you have won 10 of 11. Actually, you have won now 11 of 12 after your last fight against Howard. Now, I mean, the last guy to beat you is David Branch, and he's currently ranked as the number 7 middleweight in the UFC, man. I mean, that's pretty impressive, Lewis.
Yeah, it's just that thing. People see my style. They look past me all the time. They go like, I don't like his striking. I don't like his wrestling. I don't like his jiu-jitsu, But they forget the name of this game is mixed martial arts. And it's my job to put it together in a way that's comfortable for my style. I don't, so I don't look like everybody else. I don't train, I don't want to look like everybody else. I don't want people to know when I'm going to throw something, That's the whole point. You got to learn to hide it. And so my style is something most fighters haven't seen. And when they watch me on tape, they think it's slow. They think they can pick me apart. But when I'm in front of them, they see a whole nother realm of what it's like to really be in front of me and fighting me.
Yeah, for whatever reason, man, it seems like guys underestimate you, but then when they get in there, they're like, "Oh boy, we should have probably prepared a little bit harder, right?"
Exactly. I hear coaches, oh man, but then, like you say, you got to have will and you got to have power and you got to have conditioning. I keep myself conditioned. I have the will to win and I have the power to make it happen. So although I might not be the best boxer, kickboxer, wrestler, jiu-jitsu, but when you put it all together, I think I'm one of the best.
Well, you definitely are, man, and your performances, your last 10 or 12 have really shown that. Are you still training at Chicago Fight Team?
Yeah, and if you know anything, we're a small gym. We barely, we got we have the mom, pa, the people who go to work every day come back in. It's not a big fighting facility, say like a Rufus Ford or even an MTC. Chicago Fight Team is just a great startup program, but it's where I started. It's where Roberto Ramirez is the head coach, and he's he like you say. I go where I'm wanted and appreciated, not tolerated. And Chicago Fight Team has always wanted me there, and I do my best to make each person that walks through the door better than when they left.
Very cool. Very cool. Very well put too. Are you going to change anything up for the $1 million fight, or are you going to keep everything the same since it's worked this far?
I'm gonna definitely try to get some new looks in the sense of certain bodies more, just. Preparing for more of it because I see Abus likes to strike a lot, So I have to be ready for the kickboxing match in a sense. But he's a well-rounded fighter too. He actually has a wrestling background, but he leans more to the kickboxing stuff. But based off me watching his last fight, Sai is not a wrestler, and they went to war, on the ground, and they wasn't ready. So. It's going to be an interesting fight, and I think I'm going to definitely win that, but I don't think most people are going to think that I'm going to win it, so they're going to lose their money that night.
Well, I know that I'm going to be pulling for you as well as all of Chicago, Lewis. I'd love to give you a few minutes here to shout out your coaches. Whatever you'd like, man. The floor is yours.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening in. You can follow me on Put the Guns Down Taylor on Instagram or Lewis Taylor on Facebook. I roll with Chicago Fight Team. Roberto Ramirez, 63rd and Central. Swing through and come hit the bag or hit some mitts. We in there every day.
Well, I appreciate it, Lewis. And Chicago and the world is going to be watching this New Year's Eve, December 31st. PFL, you're going for the $1 million, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll talk to you after that fight.
For sure. I'd love to have you on anytime, man.
All right. I will be.
Best of luck, Lewis. Take care.